Hey everybody, it's your girl Keisha. I'm the hostess with the mostest. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Players Club. Hit the like button as you come in the door. Like this video. The Players Club is at 1,673 subscribers on the road to 1,700. Please hit the subscribe button. Where you at, Tony? Where you at? How many you need?
I am at 407, guys. I'm at 407. That girl is balling out of control. 407. I'm almost there, y'all. Almost there. Almost there. Go on and give me that 93 and knock it out. 93.
Get Tony to 500, y'all.
Let's go. 93 today. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Bro Claude, where you at? What state of serving at?
I am at 2,344 subscribers. We on our way to 3,000. Me and you, Keisha. You know what I'm saying? We in the 2,300 mark, and we do what we do. You know, it's all right. It's okay. You know what I mean? Everybody don't love, you know what I mean, Duval like he love us, but it's okay. You know,
we love Duval.
We love Duval, but everybody don't love Duval like they love us. I'm just me in particularly. Man.
All Duval gotta do is mention Dana Evans and you shut up. All right. Hey guys. we gonna talk about, we're gonna talk about a little bit of NFL. Name of this show is The Browns that benched Joe Flacco. He was out here looking like dumpster juice, but that's neither here nor there. Before I get into that, we're going to talk about Dillon Gabriel being named the starter. And also, we got to ask ourselves, why is Shedeur Sanders still third string? It's really funny to me. But before I even get into anything, I'm going to play a video because the people in Cleveland is clamoring for Shedeur Sanders to get his shot. But unfortunately, like us over here in Chicago Skyland, they don't care what the fans want. They're going to start Dillon Gabriel. They're going to still have Joe Flacco as the number 2. And they are going to leave Shedeur Sanders as the third string quarterback. Let me play a video for you guys, and then we're going to get to running our mouth like we do. Hold on. Let me get it up here, y'all. La, 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 la.
La, 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 la.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. I don't want to talk to him. I don't even know why he's running his mouth. But okay. Oh, not Bear. Bear, shut your mouth. Here we go.
But the bigger question is the Shedeur question that's looming.
What is the Shedeur question?
You can't get to Shedeur until you go to Gabriel.
That's
not
right.
going to happen.
And that's what I'm saying.
We gotta find out.
But here's my point.
That's why I don't understand why we're sticking with Flacco.
The Shedeur question is...
I brought this up before.
Guys,
if you're going to go to Dillon and Shedeur's got a chance to play at some point, why wouldn't you just let Joe go? I like Joe.
The only Shedeur question that anybody should be asking is, would they go to Zappy before they'd go to Shedeur? And I think the answer is yes. They do not want to see Shedeur Sanders anytime. It's why every day there's a new leak coming from that building about how unprepared he is and how he's walking around the building, not doing what he's supposed to. You think the Rex Ryan thing that came out the other day just came off the top of his head and he made it up? No, that's what everybody has been hearing. Daryl Ryder sat in your seat yesterday, said the exact same thing. Shedeur Sanders, you guys can make it the focal point of YouTube chat, and we appreciate all of you guys for tuning in real time. The numbers are off the charts. But YouTube, the fact that you guys are investing so much time in a guy that was the fourth string quarterback before they traded away the guy they really wanted to be the starting quarterback should tell you all you need to know. Your dude fell for a reason. There is a reason that you guys thought he was top 5 and the rest of the league thought he didn't belong in the NFL. You guys were wrong. Everybody in the NFL was right, and there's a reason they were right.
How do we know? We haven't seen him play yet.
How do we know any of these guys? Well, let's talk about all the rookies in next year's draft class.
Okay. I'm in. I'm just telling you, this fan base wants to see Shedeur at some point.
Well, it seems like the Cleveland fans are very upset with their organization. Before we get into their comments, I just want y'all to know Joe Flacco had a 61% completion rate. The turnover rate was pretty high. I think oh, baby Joe. Joe had 6 interceptions in his first 4 starts. He had 8 turnovers in his first 4 games, and he has a QBR of 27.0. We all got respect for Joe Flacco. He's a Super Bowl champion, but a lot of people question why he was even named the starter. Now that he's being benched, you got Dillon Gabriel getting the step up, which we figured because he was the number 2. But for them to put Shedeur Sanders behind Joe Flacco again is very, very telling. Which one of y'all want to go?
Nobody want to hit it? I'll hit it. Go ahead, Brooklyn.
Okay, Keisha, bring up my little picture there. So what we have here is the NFL totally against Shedeur Sanders. The NFL is totally against this young man. He is prevalent to be great, but it's a reason. You just saw an announcer with hatred in his voice, as if he knows exactly what Shedeur is going to do, as if he knows this young man's outcome. He's predicting he's a trash client and candidate. Why is he so invested? Well, we already know people like him is always paid off to say what they say or got some type of whistle that they hear, a little chirp, bird chirping, like any messy ass constable that is half right, like she said the man bun and Tyler Marsh was gonna stand. So what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, this guy was paid off. He is a advocate for the man on your left, and the man on your right is no good, all the way in his prevalence. But the other guy on your right is well prepared, and he was doing this thing from a 2-year-old baby, and he was trained with a Hall of Famer as a football player, and now he's going to be a Hall of Famer coach in college. And maybe he might think about coaching the pros. But right now, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel should not have a situation where Dillon Gabriel is top tier and Shedeur Sanders is the bottom of the pool with the algae. Now, do we fall for what they trying to sell us? No. What we are looking at is the NFL totally against Shedeur Sanders, and he's one versus many. And it all the way starts from the draft, combine, and through the draft to dropping to 144 and on to the team. And then, of course, he was the 4th. Then he became 3rd when they made the trade. Now that Joe Flacco did not turn out what they thought he was going to be, Dillon Gabriel gets his chance. Rightfully so. Because why? Dillon Gabriel is their pick. The franchise wanted him. This is what they wanted for their future or future at hand. So, Shedeur Sanders is sitting through and sitting on a team that does not desire for to see him in that jersey. He's also sitting down with a coach that don't desire to play him, Keisha. This has to be one of the worst collusions that I've ever seen in any sport against a young brother that is only sitting there waiting for his chance and opportunity to show what he got, but they fear what he will do and what he will produce. Because you know what you said to me, little minion, Sister Keisha say it's always that men worst fear is to be shown that they're wrong. And guess what? This is a case where the franchise and the coach and the GM are wrong about Shedeur. The NFL is wrong about Shedeur. All the ones that was in collusion against Shedeur is wrong. And us as the fans, us that knows what football is, us that love good excitement and entertainment, know that Shedeur is the one that we want to see with our own eyes do good or bad so that we can give our own assessment of who he is. But they're afraid to put him out in the forefront because one thing that they do know, that he was the most accurate quarterback to ever graduate in history in college football. He has more received passing yards. He has almost outran all of the runners that was in college football as a quarterback, and they are afraid of the real truth of the matter. And what is that truth, Sister Keisha, Sister Tony, and Brother Duvall? That this guy is legendary and that he is what I know his father made, and they have colluded to the biggest and the highest point of collusion to not let this child go on the field so that he can be who he already is. And I just ended with that real short and sweet. The next one could go.
Let me say this before I let the ball go. I want to say it seems like there's a lot of ops working around this because Shedeur Sanders did an interview and they asked him, did he think he was, I think it was to the tune of, do he think he's the starting quarterback in the NFL? And he said, yeah, I think, I am a starting quarterback. Well, I don't know exactly what they wanted him to say, but of course he didn't say what they wanted him to say. But right after he had that interview, even though they keep talking about, people keep talking about the third string, they keep talking about the one that went in the fifth round, but you felt the need to come on national TV, Rex Ryan, and say all of this about Shedeur, and be so emphatic about it, about a guy who is the third string and the fifth rounder. I find it very curious that happened.
But the bigger question is the Shedeur question.
I found it very curious that he comes out right after that. What the hell? Let me play this.
Looming.
What is the Shedeur?
What? Let me play this, y'all. I don't know why it's black.
Just hit play, Keisha.
There it is. I don't know why it's black, but anyway.
Stefanski is one of an outstanding coach. All right. But why the hell isn't he putting Shedeur Sanders? We're all waiting to see the Shedeur Sanders be the guy or Gabriel, whatever. Something's missing. Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
See if they make a change there. And
Stefanski is one of an outstanding.
I'm just confused as to. Oh, I'm gonna lead into you. I'm just confused as to why he's so upset about it.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders, are you the drama? Or that just Cardi B? I digress. You know what I'm saying? We finna move past that.
Okay.
And I'm glad I'm on the I got the big box because y'all had me in the little box for a second. I graduated. Like I said again, when it comes to the Shedeur Sanders situation, it's like many other situations before him. When you drafted to an organization and the coaching staff and the GM did not want you, but ownership wanted you, they feel like they're forced to play you or even deal with you. And so if that's the case, they're going to do everything in their power to see you fail, including not being invested in your development. And so I wanna throw in a few more quarterbacks that I could name in this situation.
Okay.
Let me start with Johnny Manziel, 2014 NFL draft. Ray Farmer and Mike Patton did not want Johnny Manziel. Neither GM or the coach did not want Johnny Manziel. The owner, who is the same owner of Shedeur, allegedly, and the QB coach wanted Johnny Manziel. Even the offensive coordinator, who ironically enough was Kyle Shanahan, one of the best coaches in the NFL, did not want Johnny Manziel. But they had to take Johnny Manziel, and within his development, they're not putting him in the best position to succeed. Johnny Manziel is out the league. In the case of Shedeur Sanders, we seen the draft day video. Neither the GM or the coach was happy when they had to be on camera to announce that Shedeur Sanders pick. They felt like, you know what I'm saying, they ate some hot fries and the inside were burning. They were mad as hell. No. They ain't want Johnny Manziel. They ain't want Johnny Manziel. They ain't want Shedeur Sanders. And that's a shame. Let me give you another example. Robert Griffin III, 2012 NFL draft. Mike Shanahan and Kyle Shanahan did not want Robert Griffin III. They wanted Ryan Tannehill, to be honest. Dan Snyder wanted Robert Griffin III and made Mike Shanahan give up 3 first-round picks to get Robert Griffin III. So their consolation prize was who? Kirk Cousins, who they did want after they wanted Ryan Tannehill. See how that worked out. Robert Griffin III washed out the league. Kirk Cousins showed enough where he's still in the league to this very day. I'm glad Robert Griffin washed out the league, so he won't be talking about Angels so much. I wish he was in the league. Still, he has some business. But we digress. Let's move past that. Let me go to another year. 2010. Tim Tebow. Josh McDaniels wanted Tim Tebow. John Elway didn't want Tim Tebow. So when Josh McDaniels got terminated because of his let's just say he did his own version of Bill Belichick's Spygate. They hired John Fox. John Fox didn't want Tim Tebow. But like I said, the fans wanted Tim Tebow. John Elway didn't want Tim Tebow. So they put Tim Tebow in the game, hoping that he would fail. Tim Tebow won 8 games and got the Broncos 8-8 when they were 1-4 at the time. Went to the playoffs. They traded Tim Tebow to the Jets for a big ass rack and some cheese and got Peyton Manning because they did not want to be in the Tim Tebow business. And my last example I'm gonna get, pull up the article if I'm about to talk about Lakeisha, please. Cause I like to show proof to the audience. It's 2001. Jamarcus Russell. Lane Kiffin did not want Jamarcus Russell. Al Davis did want Jamarcus Russell. Now let's get to the part where right here, we just read this little part right here because, like I said, Sister Tony got to go because she got some stuff to say.
It says where Sports Illustrated featured this week on Kiffin by Pete Thelma, where Kiffin revealed he begged Davis to draft Calvin Johnson instead of Jamarcus Russell.
So my point is this: when these owners get involved with these player picks because they think it's more financial instead of player evaluation, a lot of these coaches and GMs do things to be proven right, to tell the owner that I told you so, to tell the fan base I told you so, instead of swallowing their pride and doing what's best for the organization and putting players in the best position to succeed. So I'm sorry, Shedeur Sanders. You might not be loaned for Cleveland Browns because they did not want you. So even if they put you in the game, it's going to be closer to the end of the season. And they're going to hope you mess up so they can say, nah, boo, boo, I told you so. He couldn't play Mr. Jim Haslam. Why you made us draft him? We wanted Dillon Gabriel. We did not want Shedeur Sanders. And so, lesson to be learned, please let the coaches pick their own guys. So when you fire them, you can fire them because they picked the guys that they wanted instead of picking the guy, instead of getting fired for people that they were stuck with. I land, and that's unfortunate for Shedeur Sanders.
Look, before I get to Tony, I'm gonna ask you one question, Honey Bun. There are reports that Shedeur didn't want to go to the Ravens since he didn't want to play behind Lamar. And I think it's another team, but I can't remember the other team.
Philadelphia
Eagles. He didn't want to play behind Jalen Hurts. So, twofold. Did Shedeur Sanders make a mistake with that assumption? And why does an organization draft a player they don't want?
Twofold. Give you two answers for that. Did he make a mistake? No. The reason why I say he didn't make a mistake because, like I said, if you're Shedeur, you don't want to be miserable at a place you don't want to be at. You don't want to be a backup for 4 years. This is the NFL. There's no longer the days where they let you sit and develop anymore. They allow you to play and see if you can play. If not, then you find your destination to play. Because in today's NFL, even if you don't be successful at your first stop or even your second stop, if you go into the right situation, you can be successful. Let me name just some players. Baker Mayfield was successful in Cleveland, was successful in Carolina, was successful in LA Rams. Now he's a top 10 quarterback in Tampa. Sam Darnold wasn't successful in the New York Jets, was successful in Carolina. He didn't play in San Francisco. He was very successful with Minnesota, and now he having current success with Seattle. Geno Smith. He was successful with the Jets. He wasn't successful with the Giants. He had some success with the Seahawks, and he's not having as much success with the Oakland Raiders.
With the Raiders, yeah.
So my point is, I'm glad that Shedeur picked the place where he could play right away because even if it don't work out, it gives Shedeur Sanders the opportunity to find a destination where they will have a infrastructure ready for him that he feel like he will be comfortable in so he could be successful down the line. Instead of being stuck behind people that he knows they're going to be the starter and are the franchise players for those franchises. And the only thing he's doing is collecting dust and not putting himself in a position to play. Now, to answer your second question, you said, why would they draft him? Same reason why the Chicago Sky drafted Andrew Reese.
Make money.
Basically.
Okay.
Shedeur Sanders was somebody that made them dollars. Shedeur Sanders, somebody, just like that clip we playing, just like that man said, we appreciate talking about Shedeur. He making us money over here. See, they ain't lie. They told the truth. See, they getting on YouTube checks just like y'all getting on YouTube checks. And so, if I got somebody that's going to make me money, damn, if he can play or not, I'm thinking short term. Let me get this cash, and I hope that he becomes successful. Angel is the rare exception where they picked up they picked him because of Teaspoon. Teaspoon believes her than if nobody else did. But ownership and Jeff P kept her despite getting rid of Teaspoon because of financial reasons. But she was also a great player. That's rarely happens.
Mhm.
Usually it's just you a cash cow and then you just crash and burn sometime down the line, just like Tim Tebow, just like Johnny Manziel. You know the story. I like
Yeah. Tony, you up?
Hey,
Seem like on
so
Sunday there's gonna be a lot of pressure on Dillon Gabriel. Go ahead.
it's going to be a ton of pressure on Dillon. It's going to be
Mhm.
a ton of pressure on him because now he has to produce in a way in which not only the fans, the coaches, and all the media want, but for himself, right? If
Mhm.
he wants to stay out there. Because who wants to have the third string eventually come in, which even if that's the case, I don't even think they'll go back. They'll go to the third string. I think they'll go back to the first guy.
Flacco. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna go back to Flacco. The pressure is gonna be so thick. So we'll see how he performs, right? Because they based his position on a game where they gave him a lot of short routes.
Mhm.
They gave him the easy way out, right? They put Shedeur in a situation where they put him in a bind to see if he could get out of it. So
Mhm.
I'm like this with Shedeur. Shedeur just, if he's having those moments where, as they say, aren't doing what he needs and he's just not developing the way that they want him to develop, then I say that speaks for the organization too as a whole, because it's not enough time for you to sit here and spend talking about how this player is not getting better and he's with you. He's not getting better because you're not giving him reps. So let's just be honest. If you're not giving him reps, where is he going to get it from? How is he going to get better? How is he going to be able to maneuver and work with the O line?
Mhm.
The starting O line, that is. So just like Duvall just said, and he took those words right out of my mouth. They got him, and he's just a cash cow. So
Mhm.
they're afraid to play him the way that they're supposed to play him, in fear that they're gonna show up who they really wanted. And I
Mhm.
could see that would be the case, because how dare he ask for what he asked for and made decisions not to go where he wanted those other two places that he did, so he wouldn't have to play behind those guys to come here. Which, again, to what all of you have said very eloquently, this is a place where he can play. This is a place where it is truly meant for him, and especially from a developmental standpoint, especially for him to put himself in a position that if they choose not to keep him next year or whatever the case may be, he has a home to go to. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Somebody's going to pick him up. But at this point, with nobody knowing what they're going to get, he's sitting out all this time. If they do it for an entire season, he becomes another one of those lost quarterbacks that we've seen time and time again who just don't pan out. Because when it is his time, if he hasn't had the year experience behind his belt, then he's behind the curve. So,
Mhm.
and that's why I'm going to land on that. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because you guys have actually said it to the T. You have put out everything there is that needs to be said. Some of it is what I was going to give, but I'm glad you guys went ahead and put it out there. But at the end of the day, if this kid cannot find a way, young man, not kid, find a way to get himself on that court, we got some major problems.
Mhm.
Right behind that backcourt, right on that line, he got to get behind that O line at some point with that starting line up on the field during a game that's going to actually matter, right? Don't put him out there with a trash team where he might go ahead and look really good. You want to put him out there with a team that's going to give him that oomph, and let's see what he do with it. But you got to give him an opportunity. You got to give him a chance. We can equate that back to some of the players in the W, the rookies that never got to play. It's a lot of them that didn't get to play, which you'll never know what they can do because you hadn't put them out there. And so it's the same thing here. If you drafted them because you saw something in them. And whatever it is you saw in them, you have to allow them to get out there and execute it at some point. And then you can make your decision on whether or not this is not a player for you, a quarterback for your team. He can't lead your team. He can't get you the wins you need. He definitely can't get you to the playoffs, but you have to let him at least show you. What they judged it off of was not enough. It just was not enough. And I land.
Keisha, Ryan Clark said that he knows for a fact that the commissioner made a call and put them on alert because he got a call from a prevalent Hall of Famer. He didn't name the name. That if Shedeur is not taken in this draft, it's going to be bad for the NFL as a whole. And Colin Kaepernick, they thought that they had a problem with Colin Kaepernick, that Shedeur Sanders would be a worst case, that they would have to go to the courts to have to fight, and it'll really expose the collusion that has been going on in this process with this young man. But I will say this, Keisha. The Bengals and the Saints need a quarterback.
Let me add this. Because I'm going to add on what you're about to say, bro. I apologize. Because I'm going to tell you why I know for a fact you're telling facts. The Hall of Fame you're talking about with Eric Dickerson.
Go ahead.
That way he was told that the commission had to make a call to Cleveland for Cleveland to pick him. Also, reason why you telling the truth about commission had to make a call because he did it before.
Yes.
People say, when he did this, can I interest you in the name of Michael Sams?
Yes.
Michael Sams was the first gay NFL player to come out of college, entering in the NFL draft, who was a SEC Defensive Player of the Year, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, who was projected before he came out to be gay as a first-round pick. He fell all the way to the 7th round, and because Stan Crockett owed the NFL and Jerry Jones a favor, because they helped him get that team to LA from St. Louis. That's why when the commission made the call to Stan Kroenke to, hey, get Michael Sams in the 7th round so he won't go undrafted because they won't accuse us of being homophobic, we need to make this happen. And they picked Michael Sams. He had a great preseason. They cut him. They brought him to the practice squad. I think they come the next year and then he played since. But at least allow him to get drafted. Because if they didn't allow Michael Sams to get drafted, not only they would have got sued for collusion, but they would have been accused of being homophobic. So that's why I had to jump in here, because I apologize. I would let you know saying.
Oh, you were saying it? Go ahead. That's where I was going. Go ahead.
Go. I would let you know, say go on your skis. But that is a true story. Because the Hall of Fame in question was Eric Dickerson, who was told that the commission had to make a call to Cleveland for Cleveland to select Shedeur. He said that on the Dan Patrick show. And so it's not like it don't happen. So for people to think, oh, we just making stuff up, do your homework.
No.
Because like I said, the commissioner had to do it before. And he had to do it for the best interest of the NFL. And so that's why even with the Colin Kaepernick situation, he had to do what's the best interest for the NFL and have Kaepernick to have a quote unquote private workout in Atlanta. And even though Kaepernick didn't trust the process they was gonna have set up for him, and that's why he moved the workout to like a private field going towards like I forgot what city, but he didn't use the Flowery Branch facility that the NFL had set up for him in the middle of the season because the NFL owner, not NFL owner, but the commissioner, Roger Goodell, made a call to give Kaepernick a legit tryout.
Yes.
Well, let me tell y'all this something because we got to get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
The trip part about all of this is the Cleveland Browns are trash.
Yes.
And they actually should be happy that anybody want to carry their butt out there and be their starting quarterback. Matter of fact, they should give everybody a chance. Everybody that suit up with some knee pads,
Go to the
shoulder
street.
pads,
Go to the street.
and a helmet. They should give them a chance to see if they can actually play because they've been martyring in mediocrity for almost 40, 50 years. I mean, my whole
1964.
life.
1964.
Look. They have been bad my whole existence in this life. So the mere fact that they are the ones out here doing all this is diabolical. Y'all hit the like button on this
Before we
video.
get out, let me add one more name.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Devon.
Good.
Remember Deshaun Watson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson did not want to go to Cleveland.
No.
It was ownership, Jimmy Haslam, the same owner, that assured Deshaun Watson that they would guarantee his whole contract for him to want to go to Cleveland. And I'm mentioning this because just to let you know that it's ownership that began involved with these decisions when it comes to the Cleveland Browns more than the coaching staff that be getting involved with these players. Because, like I said, this coaching staff and GM did not want Deshaun Watson either. But go ahead. Let's close it out.
Let's close it out. Look, Cleveland, stop that foolishness.
Yes,
stop
indeed.
the foolishness, Cleveland. Y'all need to be holding open tryouts. Stop it. All right, y'all.
Hey, Keisha.
She said open tryouts.
Hey, Keisha, they're going to be like that. Hey, they're going to be like the 78 Philadelphia Eagles getting them off the street.
Yeah.
Open tryouts.
Yeah, we done with y'all.
You crazy.
Shedeur, keep your head up, baby. Keep your head up.
Keep
your
rocking,
chance,
young man.
No chance is gonna come, man. We gonna be here for you. We support you. Hey guys, we about to get up out of here. We out of this piece. I'm tired of talking about the Browns for right now. It got me hot. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and comment. Let us know how you feel about our comments. Okay, we out.
Love, peace, and hair grease. Yeah.